It's Wednesday, I'm at HQ. This is EveryTrade, Behind the Build, episode 9. Episode 9. So by the time you're watching this, hopefully you would have watched Wednesday's episode, which was a bit shorter, and I'd be interested to see what you guys think of it. Let us know in the comments below whether you prefer the longer stuff or the shorter stuff. I, like Charlotte, immature, I think that's shorter stuff. I personally prefer the long form content because it's just more interesting, and I love learning more stuff, but I understand that that might put some people off, so we'll see. We're going to play around with the format and see how it goes. We've got a busy rest of the week. Now, as I said in Wednesday's video, which hopefully you've already seen, at the end of this video we're going to put a Q&A with Dave from D&J Projects, because I've not seen him. I sat down, I've not seen him open up like that before, and it was really interesting. So if you're into D&J, if you're into small business, if you're into YouTube creators, then stick around to the end of the video and watch it. So I'm just planning out my day, and I've decided that I am going to stick to the office today and try and clear my inbox and clear a few bits and pieces. We've got a couple of refinances that I need to fill out some paperwork on. Filling out forms is one of my absolute pet hates. I'm terrible. I always put things off and procrastinate, which I know I've talked about before, but I'm terrible filling out forms. If you want to get something done like that with me, you got to keep pestering. I use an app called Things to plan my days and my weeks out, and I also have like a bigger picture list of things I want to achieve for the company next week, next month, this year. And it's crazy that I don't check it every day, but then I'll check back once a week or something, and I've actually ticked those things off the list because I've committed them down. I've ticked them off. So yeah, I think I've decided I'm gonna stay in the office and then get out on site tomorrow on our extension project. The boys are making hay whilst it's not raining, and they're just trying to get the block work up to level for the steels that are landing later on this week. I'll go to site tomorrow and bring you with me and show you how they're getting on, but at the moment it's a bit stop and start, but let's see how they're getting on. So that job is moving along nicely. It's hard because we've got quite a lot of projects on at the moment, but we've got some that we just can't put on camera because they're for clients that are just very discreet. We work for a big pension fund, and they just wouldn't be comfortable putting stuff on camera. So I want to bring everything because we've got so many interesting jobs going on. But at the moment, the jobs we're showing you, the jobs that the client is comfortable having a camera there. What I'm going to do going forward, I'm going to be honest and open from the outset and basically say, look, it will be on camera, and I might even put it to our terms and conditions. Obviously, I'll respect people's wishes, but at the same time, I just think it's interesting for everyone. It's good for them as well because they get to see their build progress. So yeah, it's hard. I want to give everything, but there's just stuff that I can't risk upsetting the clients. But we move. I am terrible at darts, although I do look a bit like Luke Littler. But you've not seen this room. This is an office that I let one of our subcontractors use, Opal Electrical. You've seen them on a few of our videos. He's based over, I think, in Doncaster or Worksop, something like that, over that way. And but he mostly works in Manchester, so we let him use a bit of our space. But he's got a dartboard in that I'm terrible at, but the lads use. I had a chat with one of my customers today, and we were talking about imposter syndrome, and I'm not sure if anybody else gets that, but because I'm from originally a council estate, I had an issue with when I was dealing with high net worth individuals, people that I deemed to be really educated, and I used to have a lack of confidence when dealing with them. I always felt like I wasn't worthy. And when I was starting out in construction, because there was such big gaps in my knowledge and I was up against people that had been doing it for 30, 40 years, that would make me feel like an imposter as well. And I was chatting to my customer about it, and it clicks that I don't actually have that anymore, because experience has given me the confidence, and failing and getting back and realising that nothing's ever as bad as you think it is sort of gives you that confidence to not feel as much like an imposter. Although I do feel like those of us that are from sort of council estates and maybe less privileged upbringings have that inside, and I see it a load of times with kids as well. They struggle and they leave school with a lack of confidence, and it's something that I'm really passionate about doing something about. But yeah, it just got me thinking, how many of you guys have imposter syndrome or struggle with confidence, especially the younger guys that are coming into the industry, and you're dealing with people that have been at it for years and years and years. I definitely suffered with it, and it's weird that I haven't thought about that lack of confidence or being an imposter for a long time, but something to talk about. Good morning, it's Thursday and we're at our extension project. We've been rained off. However, I'm really happy with the progress Paul and the boys have made. We're at wall plate essentially, ready for the roof, albeit it's only a small wall plate that's gone on. Steels are in over the doors. The door's been ordered?
Been measured, yeah, just need to, once the floor's up. They are provisionally ordered anyway, they're in the system to be ordered, so.
So what we've got here, because this needed to be piled and it's made up ground, the ground conditions were really bad, we've got a block and beam floor. Usually, as a lot of you will already know this, so I'm preaching to the choir, when it's either a big drop from the excavation to the oversight, or if the ground isn't great, the engineer or the designer would spec some kind of suspended floor. In this case, we opted for a block and beam floor, which the good thing about block and beam, goes in really quickly. It's nice and secure, not that much bounce or whip in it. And the only downside is it can take a while to come, because you've got to get it measured and ordered and stuff like that. But that's here, that's down now, and the build up from here now will be insulation, underfloor heating.
Yes. Yeah.
Underfloor heating, screed. So we've left that down. We'll do that once we're fully watertight. Paul, what's the plan for next week?
So next week, the main steel's coming here. It's getting dropped on Wednesday. Crane's coming Thursday. Matt and Rob join us on the roof on Friday. That's the plan.
Yeah. So really, for 4 days since the last time you saw it, we've made good progress. The boys have smashed it. It does help. It's only a blockwork extension, but we're now ready for the roof, and the boys have decamped and they're going on to another job, but they're going to work in the knock through, right?
That's right, yeah. So
sorry, I don't know if you said, when's the crane coming?
So the crane's coming Thursday. Steel's getting dropped Wednesday. So they're trying to basically do it in between Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning.
So has the crane company been and had a look, or
no? They're going to come out.
Yeah. It's quite a tight road out there, and it's a big crane, but I think we'll be okay. So yeah, we're kind of where we need to be. We're pulling it back. If you come inside, we're actually careful. Yeah, we're no further on in this bit, are we? Not really much.
Not really much in here, but we are in the utility side. So come, like you say, the middle of next week, that whole wall's going to come out. Steel's going in, roof's going on.
Do you know how much that steel weighs?
Yeah, we worked out. We had a guess yesterday with the lads. It's about roughly nearly 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the engineer on this job, and we've used him a few times, he's a good engineer, but I think it's engineers in general, they really over-design steels, which is great because you know nothing's going to fall down, but they're not actually considering what we've got to do to get them in place. And actually, I think that's dangerous sometimes. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we can use cranes, but still, for getting the columns in place, we couldn't use a crane because it was inside. So we had to handball them round, and the boys had to manually get them in place. And I sometimes think that engineers need to consider what needs to happen when we're actually moving these steels about. But at least the building won't fall down anyway. But you could build skyscrapers with these steels. It's ridiculous. So yeah, first thing I noticed on the inside is this bad boy, this soil and vent pipe needs relocating. Where's it going, Paul?
So it's literally sitting in the web of the steel, right the way along. It's had another soil pipe, which was here in this corner. So it's had 2 internal soil pipes. It's getting sent out that way, and then the external drainage is already done. So it's getting.
So we've moved the chamber on the outside?
Yes.
Yeah. So often this is something that gets overlooked when you're pricing. Again, a lot of you will be well on this, but you always need to remember the soil pipe needs to be moved. It needs to be disguised. And a lot of customers don't understand that. They think. Well, they just think we just make it disappear, but it's got to go somewhere. It's got to run somewhere. Sometimes you need to box them in bulkheads. So are you doing that, Paul? You're going to be. It's a nice job, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
you got on that.
Yeah. I might need some outlight. But
yeah, but do me a favour. Just don't wear gloves because.
I know I like it getting under my nails and that.
Yeah, it's better that way, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit more cost effective.
Tasty as well.
Nice, yeah. Well, see what I mean. That's what I like about Paul, though. He gets his hands dirty. In fact, just do it now.
You got a saw in your van?
No, but I've got a key.
That'll do.
Yeah. Get quick with the key now. Yeah, maybe.
Go for it.
Oh, it's not. It's keyless. Never mind. So inside now, this is what will be. This is the old garage, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
And it's now going to be a playroom. Or it will be. Yeah, it will be a playroom. So this has all been skimmed out. Are they second fixed then already? So you've got lights in it.
Already,
so where's the switch, man? Let's switch it on.
Get it on.
Oh, why? So lights on. The customer's already started putting a little bit of paint on the wall. Yeah. Windows gone in. Need to get some insulation and get the cavities closed off, and then plaster them reveals. So then we can start working our way into this. So this is going to be
utility.
Watch your back. Could have been bad, that Hollywood. Utility. So yeah. So how are they getting? What will they do coming through there into here? Oh,
so the doorway's there.
Yeah.
Into the living room that they're living at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got another door. Obviously, that's going to be open plan where the wood is there, so you can walk in through this way.
Yeah.
Or through the doorway into here as well.
Yeah. So project manager Paul, he can be managing from anything between 1 to 5 projects. But what I've tasked him with at the moment is trying to build this aggregate and grab side of the business up. So you're splitting your time, aren't you, between here and the yard, and literally trying to get that going. But that's flying now, isn't it?
It's flying at the moment, which is really good.
How many grabs have we got booked for Monday?
6 or 7 at the moment.
That's ridiculous,
Between 2 drivers.
Yeah, 2 drivers, and so we're kind of on the lookout now for another driver and maybe another grab, but we'll see what the pennies look like. Oh, we've got a door in as well.
Yeah, doors in.
Albeit apparently it's the wrong
style at the bottom, but we're getting that changed now.
We're getting that changed, a little bit of miscommunication, but the customer's always right, so we're just gonna sort that. It's only the panel though, isn't it? So
the bottom panel, it pops out, Mark, see.
Yeah.
The beads come off there and it goes like a Suffolk style.
So job's moving well. So next week, getting outside outside watertight roof on.
Andy's plasterers coming in Monday, stroke Tuesday to do the reveals as well. So
so this job is moving pretty well. I'm pleased with it. Let's crack on. So you'll remember in the last episode, the boys, Adam and Steve, were getting these columns in. So what the engineer have designed is a goal frame design. So we've got a column there, a column in the other corner, and the big steel will sit and be bolted on top of this one. Sometimes they design it to bolt inside it, which apparently they reckon it's better for, I think it's either wind deflection or it's that. But on this one, which makes more sense to me, it's getting bolted on top. Each engineer works a different way. Some are well overcautious, some are a little bit more pragmatic and they'll work with us. But so what's going to happen now, these get bolted down, the crane will crane over it, one piece, one length.
7.7 metres it is.
That's a big piece of steel, sat on there. I don't know about what you guys do, but we always manage the customer's expectations in that you will get, no matter how sort of big and oversized the steel is, you will get deflection, and above you often get a little bit of cracking, particularly when you remove the props and you get that little shock moment where it flexing. But what we do in our estimate and our terms and conditions, we let people know that is going to happen. So after the fact, it's not a nasty surprise, because often I don't care how good the builders are, I don't care how well it's been designed, old houses, particularly ones built in the 70s and 60s, as I mentioned previously, don't like to be propped and don't like to be knocked about. We've had a similar situation with a lot of Victorian houses. There's literally, there are foundations, but we manage their expectation. And what we say is, look, we'll work with you, but we haven't allowed for any remedial work above, and you probably are going to get cracking. I mean, we've had it where doors have had to be planed and it's cracking all over the house, and it's nothing we've done, it just happens. So we manage our clients' expectations. I'm not sure what you guys do, but big week on this site next week. Steel's going in, we're going to bring it to the channel, because I think it's going to be a really nice, exciting visual thing. Get the crane in, GoPros everywhere, helicopters, drones, all sorts, steady cams, or maybe just Hollywood on his gimbal. But one way or the other, we'll bring it to the channel. So quick site visit done really. It's nice. One thing I'll say about the YouTube thing, it's even enabling me to get round the sites more. I think that's the problem I've got since I've scaled up and I've had multiple sites and lots of guys out there. I've not been able to get round our jobs as much, which in the early days I used to be around all of them every day, and it's nice for me to sort of get around and see the challenges that the boys are facing. Over on the media wall project that we showed you in the last episode, that is really progressing now. We're at the point now where the boys are skimming it, and that's nearly ready for the client to do their painting. We're in the meeting room, me and T. Burn West, aka Thomas. You okay, mate? You look a bit tired.
I'm a little bit tired today, but I'm alright.
Late night?
A bit of a late one, yeah.
Yeah? Good fun?
Yeah,
nice.
good night.
What, chess? Something?
Yeah, late night, a bit of checkers.
All in the night?
A bit of checkers as well.
Strenuous?
Yeah.
Good positions?
Yeah. I was, it was checkmate at one point, yeah.
Checkmate. I didn't know. Who knew that stress or checkers was so tiring? Anyway, back in the room. So, you'll remember a few weeks ago that T-Burn West surveyed a job. I think it was episode 2 now, way back when. He surveyed a job and I said we'd talk you through the process. Well, now T-Burn West is at a point now. Have you presented the ideas to the client yet, or are you at that point now?
I've sent over the initial designs.
Yep.
I'm just
feedback?
waiting. Nothing as of yet.
Probably means you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so just talk us through what we've done then.
Yeah, so we got the existing here. So they've got this kitchen space. It's quite like separated. Kitchen on the left-hand side of the house, living room on the right. So they wanted to extend out the back and then have more of an open plan space, a utility room, just get a bit more lighting and everything. So in the proposal, we've gone for a 4 metre single story rear. So it's detached, so we could do a 4 metre one under permitted development. And then what we've done is the existing kitchen, changed it into utility.
Yeah.
And then an internal crittle door, just to allow light through, so when you come in the hallway you can see right through to the back garden.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because there's doors in the back as well.
Nice.
A really long run or like span of kitchen, like 6.2 metres with
it's mega.
a nearly 3 metre island, and still enough space centrally for a dining table and a little lounge area.
Is that literally everything the client wanted space-wise downstairs then?
Yeah, that's it. So there's a utility here, so it's going to be utility / WC, but we could always just box in a WC if they wanted to, just see what they prefer.
Yeah.
But this space is pretty nice. We look at the 3D. I've gone for a parapet as opposed to like seeing the fascia or anything.
Yeah. See, what you can do on a flat roof sometimes, and obviously most people watching this will probably already know, but on a flat roof, often you can have an overhang with the roof and just have a gutter or a fascia, a gutter detail, or I prefer parapet walls coming up to create like a roof detail where you don't see like the roof essentially from the ground. I think it looks more classy, and you can either top that out with a coping stone, aluminium capping, you can bring the GRP or whatever roof covering over and do that kind of detail, but I just think it looks a lot more classy, and I think that's nice. That's a real nice, simple, classy like design. Did the client ask for a parapet, or he just suggested?
So I've sent them both options, because I've sent over the parapet and then I've done another flat roof. With it being 4 meters, you'd really struggle to get a pitch on there and no clashing with the windows. So I've just done 2 flat roof options, and I've given them this option, and I've also given the option with the fascia hanging over and some soffit lighting.
So it'll have to be a warm deck then, won't it, because it's been a parapet?
That would be, and then we've got a couple of flat roof lights in this. In the other design, I've shown like a raised atrium, just so they can see the difference. And here we've got the double
that's nice.
black clad dormers to the rear.
And you get them under PD?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Is that all the house? Is it new build?
Yeah. So
but they're not PD rights been omitted.
There's no Article 4 on these houses, because I spoke to the client about that.
So again, probably most people watching will know what PD is, permitted development. But TB, it might be worth just giving a quick overview, testing you here about permitted development and what people can and can't do without planning permission, because a lot of people, even people in the trade, don't actually know.
Yeah. So under permitted development, you can do a single-story rear extension on a detached house up to 4 meters. So that just means you don't have to go in through the whole planning permission process or anything like that. You can just crack on with the build, basically. So up to 4 meters, as long as the eaves are lower than 3 meters and the maximum height is under 4 meters. But on this, obviously, there's no real maximum height with it being a flat roof.
And what's the difference if it's a detached and semi-detached house?
So it's 4 meters on a detached, 3 meters on a semi or terrace.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. So,
and what about lofts?
So lofts, basically what you can do is you can do a dormer or a couple of dormers, as long as the cubic meterage added is less than 50, and the face of the dormer is offset by more than 200 mil from the eaves, which it currently is, and that the height doesn't go higher.
And you have to use, obviously, existing materials, and so you're sympathetic to the existing materials used on the house, haven't you?
Exactly.
PD.
Yeah. So that's why on this, like, if this client wanted to look at maybe rendering this rear area, it would be something that needs planning. I can't see it being an issue from a planning point of view, because it's a detached house, there's plenty of garden space, so I can't see it being an issue.
But I always say to people, like, if you're not sure, be it someone in the trade, if a customer asks, or if you actually want your own extension bill, just contact the planning office. I mean, you'll probably wait about 9 years to get through, but contact the planning office and ask them a question, because that's what they're there for, aren't they? You can ask. We've got some good, in Stockport here, we've got some good relationships with the planners where we can drop them a note and just ask, and if they can, they'll help. But yeah, I think it can be quite confusing, permitted development, and sometimes I think it's a lot of interpretation. The planning rules in this country are mental. Like, let's say you get objections, it's 4 objections, it goes to committee, doesn't it? And if it goes to what's called committee, you go there and you got to present your scheme, and essentially the local councillors who've got no knowledge of your job, the planning, really building, they vote on it, don't they, essentially, and it can kind of flick a coin. So it's but I do think the planning system in this country is a bit broken.
It's not the best.
It won't be the fault of the planners, because they're just working to what they've got, but the public sector generally is just underfunded. But you know what, there's some really great helpful planners out there, and we'll do our best to try and keep good relationships with them, try and be pragmatic and work with them.
So I've sent it over to the client. I'm just waiting to hear back, but we'll use this as a jumping off point. We'll arrange a meeting for them to come in here, sit down like I'm doing with yourself now, and then and
that's what we do essentially. We'll work in real time with the client to design the scheme that they want, and some clients really enjoy that process, so we can sit there and TB can make real-time amendments. So then once that's signed off by the client, or if we make any amendments, once the final version is signed off, that then we generate then the construction drawings. We'll go to an engineer, get structural calculations done. That'll go over to Danny, to Price, and then hopefully we'll win the job. If we don't, it's absolutely fine. We'll put the whole pack together and pass it on to the client. The client owns these drawings, and then we'll work with whoever builder they choose, and I'm not bothered. Like, I might know the builder, they'll end up choosing it if it's not us, and we'll work with them, we'll help them. TB's here if they need them, and we'll give them all the support they need. But this is just an example of how we want to own that end-to-end service, that end-to-end journey of the build. So literally from blank piece of paper, concept stage, through to pricing, through to actually getting the job and delivering it. We can literally, from the first sketch to the last lick of paint, we can do that, and that's something that I'm really, really passionate about us offering. Anyway, let's crack on. So that's Thursday, almost done and dusted. This baby hasn't been touched yet. We're concentrating on our little Navara project. We're going to have a real push on that, get that boxing out of the way. This is needed next week, so we'll probably have to hold off before we can do what I want to do on this. I want to give it a full once-over, service, etc., and then repaint it black company colours. So we'll bring that to you on the channel. That bit there with Tom, I'm really passionate about that. I love owning the process end to end. Do any of you guys offer a design service? And if not, why not? Because you can monetize that whole thing. I actually help other builders as well. So the idea is they would go to site, the customer hasn't got drawings, and then they put us in touch, and then the builder earns a bit off the back of that. We can price it for the builder as well. There's absolutely no conflict of interest because there's enough work out there for everyone. You should be looking at multiple revenue streams. We make a little bit of money from one thing, a little bit of money from another thing, a little bit of money from something else, and all these revenue streams come into the pot. And I believe in that as a strategy. So, see you tomorrow. It's Friday. I'm at HQ with the boys, KTM, T-Burn West. That's quite a firm hit. Sorry, mate. And my brother, James, a.k.a. Jay. So, busy day today. T-Burn West, what are you up to?
I've just got to do a drawing for a loft conversion that is in Liverpool.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm doing that
When
today.
have you promised the customer we're getting it?
Today.
They're getting it. Will you make the deadline?
Yeah, of course.
Do not
Always.
let our customers
Always.
down. Jay, what are you up to, mate? Oh, that's a great formation, that. Yeah, a good low block. What do you reckon? It's good for five-a-side, that.
Just cracking on with the emails and that, new inquiries that are coming through, things like that.
New inquiries, yeah, we're getting a few inquiries through.
We are, yes.
Pressing still firm, yeah. Power League, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good inquiry, that 4-5-2-7-2-1. Didn't know you could play that formation.
Play five-sides, so, yeah.
KTM, what are you up to, brother?
I am just chilling today. No, I'm going to look at a job that we're starting on Monday. So I've got to go over and meet the customer and go through that.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got to go over and meet the customer and go through that. That's starting on Monday, the one in Didsbury.
What's the pipeline looking like, brother?
Very busy.
Good.
Very busy.
God
Got
for that.
2 starting on Monday, 2 starting the following Monday, and then obviously everything.
It has felt a little bit quieter, and I
Yeah.
said that the other week, didn't I? But
Yeah.
I'd say it definitely slowed down. There is a bit of seasonality to this industry, so as March starts and spring comes into play, we definitely get more instructions, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're still getting good inquiries. You've just got to work harder to win the work.
Yeah.
One thing that actually I wanted to speak to you about, T-Burn West reckons he could go on the Gladiators, and what his actual words were, and I'm going to go around and speak to him about it, I just remembered now. What did you say? You said you would definitely smash. You actually said you could probably be a gladiator.
I said I'd do a bit in the Eliminator.
You'd do a bit, yeah, because you're small, aren't you?
I reckon I'm pretty agile.
Smaller people do win the gladiators, because even though like it's hard on the, like on the bigger ones, like those rounds, what they call
Pugil sticks.
Pugil sticks.
Yeah.
There, you need to be bigger, but I think the smaller people, the smaller contenders always seem to.
Yeah, I'd fly through the Eliminator.
Yeah.
Like
Would you?
new like world record, I reckon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Which one's the Eliminator?
That's the
like
end one.
big one at the end where you got to do
Yeah.
like jumping up and down, climbing in there.
Yeah.
I reckon you
What's
do
that
a
one,
bit.
The Travelator.
Yeah,
That's at the end of the Eliminator.
How'd you get on that?
I reckon
I've seen
I'd do
your
that.
head.
Yeah.
You are fast.
You've
I
got
struggle with that. I
Nah.
don't think you'd be getting
You're more of an
it.
endurance
You'd be like
person.
I'm trying to wheel up that.
I'm not as
Yeah.
fast as you, but you know. I reckon I'd do a bit.
It's funny because we were talking a minute ago, but maybe not having enough working, and essentially we just lost 20 minutes talking about the gladiators here. It's not gonna. Anyway, let's have a good day, boys. So I've just come downstairs to the workshop and look at these bad boys here that have arrived. How big are these, Dale?
The 33 inches.
33
That's what the class are, 33
inches
inch tall, yeah.
So you're gonna have to lift this up now, then.
Yeah, put a lift kit on it and some wheel spacers because we're going to stick to the standard wheels. So
what's
brings
involved
them
in
out.
putting a lift kit on something? I remember some Max Power days, but
Yeah.
you used to want to load your car.
Yeah,
So
you
we want to
did.
lift it now.
Yeah.
So what's involved?
Basically, it's the quick way of doing it is some lift blocks. So
Yeah.
it's only a 2-inch lift.
Yeah.
It just gives you a little bit more room around your arches and
And then
for
we're going
when
to
the wheels
put
come in and out.
like an arch kit, something.
Yeah,
on
it's
there.
like an extended arch kit on it, yeah, because the wheels will be stuck out a bit more. For it to be road legal, you need to have the wheels covered, so yeah.
So with lifting it up, it will now take these.
Yeah.
Wow, these are absolute beasts. What were these like, go off road and everything?
Yeah.
Absolute
Yeah.
monsters. They weren't that expensive, were they?
No. I think 500 quid or something.
For the 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 of them. Yeah, not bad at all.
What happens if you get a puncher though? You don't have a spare, are you?
Well, no, you've got the original spare.
You'll have to rescue yourself then, won't you?
Yeah.
So that's the plan now. Dale's going to fit this lift kit, and then next week we're going to get these arch kits on.
Arch kits and maybe see if change the colour, yeah.
Beautiful. And I think the snorkel has arrived as well.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. It's over.
And I said to Dale that once we're done, we're going to take this, what do you call it, green laning?
Yeah, green lane, yeah.
Green lane. I'll come and Dale can drive, and we'll see how we get on. You might see a grown man cry. So let's see this man in action.
So I've finally installed all the, it's only a 2-inch lift kit, but front and rear for the bigger tyres that we're putting on. It's just it's a cheap way of doing it really. It's some lift blocks that go above the spring and below the leaf spring on the back. It's quite a lengthy process to get the ones on the front, but we've managed to do it, and hopefully it'll give it a nice little bit of a lift for the big wheels.
So Dale's just shown me that the snorkel has actually come. So where's this going to fit?
So this will go round here on the wing, we'll show you.
It's coming so handy having these ramps. I mean, yeah, this is a bit of a vanity fun project, although we are going to make it work because we've got a couple of things cooking where this will come in very handy. But, oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, like this. Roughly, give or take.
Mega.
Yeah.
So what does it actually do?
So basically, it'll pipe into the air filter box.
Right.
And, you know...
So if you go underwater?
Yeah, pretty much. If you go, even like some of these big puddles and that you go through, you see cars break down because they've gone through it too fast. So this will basically, your intake then is right up there.
Yeah.
Well out the way, safer for everything really.
Mega. Before you get started, boys, I want to introduce the main man to the camera. Well, this is Sean, aka Bizzle. Why do we call you Bizzle?
Because of Bizzle jobs. Job done.
I think it means fast, yeah. I've heard that about you. You go quite fast.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not go into that.
Leave Sarah out this.
Yeah, so this is Sean. He's one of my top. Well, he's my top boy. How long have you worked for me now?
Well, I worked from you since you had 3 vans, so we've got 40 vans. So,
no, that's crazy.
Yeah. So probably about 10 years.
The first day you met me, did you see the potential in me, or did you feel sorry for me?
Absolutely not. I thought, look at this fella. He's got problems everywhere. I'll go and sort him out.
I'll go and help him out. And you have pulled me out of a few scrapes.
Well, there is
so
that.
The reason we're not seeing Sean at the moment is because he's up in Durham, aren't you?
Yeah.
Doing a big job. How many windows in total?
No idea.
It's a lot though, isn't it?
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds of
We're going to be there for a while. How long are we going to be there for?
Well, I haven't told Sarah, but it's probably about 3 months.
Yeah. Might have to bleep that bit out. So you're doing a little bit of work now with Thomas. What's happening here now?
What's happening here is building control. This drawing can't actually work.
Okay.
It was all right, the client giving us this, but it doesn't work. So what I've done with building control up there, I told them how we're going to do it and how it will work.
And they're happy?
Yeah, well that's it. So we've actually done it.
Right.
But what they want to see is a drawing to confirm what we've done. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to sit down with Thomas to do.
That's another good reason why we've got T-Burn West in-house.
In the house.
Yeah. So that's Bizzle. We'll meet more of him down the line.
Without a doubt.
Thanks, babe.
Without a doubt.
So just got back to my desk for a little bit of peace and quiet. It's busy out there today. I think it's Friday. We've got people coming in, trying to sort bits out for next week. I love it. It's a hive of activity. My phone's ringing also. But at the same time, I don't get much time to actually, because it's quite a small office, this RHQ, it's condensed. It's you can't really not get distracted, but I'm in my office and I've got a few bits to do, sign off a few invoices to be paid for the pay run. One thing that's mad about this YouTube thing, it's been amazing that loads of suppliers have reached out to us, and I've managed to make some great connections already. For example, we're really looking for a good tip to tip into for the grabs. And I've had a couple of people help me out. Other grab companies have helped me out. But again, if you know any good tips around Manchester that'll take our waste willingly, then give us a shout. But one thing that has been brought to my attention this morning is one of my long-standing suppliers has, and I won't name them for obvious reasons, but they've closed our account. Now, this is a company that I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds with over the years, and basically they've seen on these videos that we're using another supplier, and they've spat the dummy out, which has blown my mind because we've worked with them for a long time. Why are people bothered about a little bit of friendly competition? You know, we had a great relationship with them, but they're just not happy, and they've closed our account, which I'm a bit shocked with. So they're obviously watching, and they're obviously seeing that we've used someone else, and they've got upset. But that's another side to this whole YouTube thing that I wasn't expecting. But we are where we are. What I'll have to do now is set up a business doing what they were doing, which is what we'll have to do. We've got no choice. You're left me with no other option. You remember earlier this week, my mate Dave from D&J Project came in, and I did a little bit of a spontaneous Q&A with him, and he gave us quite a lot of information, told us a bit about what it's like to be on YouTube and run the business that he's running. I found it really interesting, and I think quite a few of you guys will find it interesting too. So let's take a look. So I've managed to get Dave to sit down. He's also wore his, what they called them?
Safety Crocs.
Safety Crocs, steel toe Crocs. Yeah, I managed to get them off to get a cutaway of them. No one's got what we're talking about. I just thought I'd ask Dave whilst he's having a black coffee with us, ask him a couple of questions. And as you know, Dave, like I'm trying to get this YouTube thing going. How has YouTube impacted your sort of life, business life? And
It's pretty crazy, to be fair. Well, you know the story. Me and Stevie sat there watching.
mate.
Yeah.
You won't reply. Yeah, not bitter.
It's all right, mate.
Hey, well, you can get on the list with Stevie, because Stevie don't reply to me either.
I'll have a word with him.
Oh, no,
you have a word with Dick?
Yeah, I'll
have a word with Stevie.
Yeah, we've got a bit to go with.
So yeah, we did it as basically we could do that. Look back in 5 years' time, see where we are. But it's as took off. I didn't realise you can get work off it, and it's a lot of work.
Has it surprised you how successful it's been?
Yeah.
Has it?
Massively.
Yeah.
I mean, you touched on in your video about social media, and I think it's the way it's going. Social media is the next thing. Google, yes, Google's still there, and you still have to have a presence on Google, but I think YouTube, Instagram, still Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook's fight to the bottom.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
someone
it's
mentioned
like
you, and they are
Yeah, it is.
So Facebook used to be the thing,
Yeah.
but I think Instagram and YouTube are the way forward.
Same for us. I mean, I can honestly say we've had millions of pounds worth of work off Instagram. I mean, millions. You meet a contact, you might do a little job for them, and then it goes, you do another job, a bigger job, and then you end up building an extension and spending 150 grand with you.
I'm in the same situation.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Same. Do one job, and it was off one little post, and then next thing you know, they're doing a full back garden, and then you're doing a back garden for some millionaire or someone with a bit of money, and then they recommend, and then you're running around in them circles.
Yeah, it's true. You don't actually need a massive customer base sometimes, because the same people keep coming back. Imagine you do grabs for the same people all the time, don't you? Yeah. So you think YouTube's contributed to that then?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Plus, there's the other side, I guess. There's the revenue you can earn, and also sponsorships, because you've had a few sponsorships, haven't you?
Yeah, sponsorships are nice. It's got to work with the channel though. In early days, we did a lot of sponsorship deals, and me and Steve, as you know, we worked some crazy hours.
Yeah.
And to put the sponsorships in place, for some of them we'd have to go down to the yard on a Sunday, and it was eating into our personal time.
Yeah.
So now the sponsorships, if it works with the channel, we'll do it.
Yeah. Do you feel pressure though? Because literally you take the camera on holiday and everything, don't you? Because you just literally can't miss a week, can you? Because people get upset.
We can. You got to remember, if we film 8 hours a day, you'll only see 10-minute clips of that.
True. Yeah. But you literally, I don't think
we miss a lot.
Yeah, but you've not missed a week. You've had 1 week off, haven't you, since you've been doing it, one or two? And even that, people are upset going, well, where's the episode?
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But you're providing service as well, aren't you? And we enjoy doing it. You asked me not long ago, did we enjoy doing it?
Yeah.
And I still enjoy doing it.
Yeah, you do, yeah. That's good, that though, because I thought I said today, but you get to a point where you just think, you know what, enough's enough, and I don't want to do this anymore.
100k subscribers.
Yeah,
I joked, didn't I? I had a joke. Yeah.
You've flown though. I mean, you've gone. I watched your very first video. I think I can remember it. I think you were on a driveway and you dig it out. You still got a little digger now, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I remember what's this? And then it went from there. And I saw you go from like you at first. You said you put a competition up, didn't you?
Yeah.
The first 1,000 subscribers.
And we did that. And we did it. We gave money away.
But you didn't need to.
I know.
You just went like that.
But Stevie said, Dad, we'll never do that, because he had a little fitness channel to start with back in the day, and it never hit big numbers. So I said, yeah, we will. I'll give £1,000 away. Just give it a little boost. Yeah, we didn't need to do that, but we still gave it away.
How long did it take you to get to 1,000 subs?
Oh, I can't remember now.
It was weeks though, wasn't it?
Yeah, weeks.
Yeah.
It was weeks.
And now you're at what, 76 nearly, aren't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you're creeping up, aren't you? I wouldn't mind being 1,000 behind you.
It's time. You remember, what was it, 3 years there?
Yeah, 3 years, yeah. I ain't like you though, I just enjoy doing it. It's like therapy, but it's also the people you meet. Yesterday I was chatting to some young lad that set up similar to your stuff, landscaping in like the Highlands in Scotland, and he knows you, like speaks about you as if he knows you, and then he's been watching our stuff, really nice, smart guy, and he started a channel and got chatting to him, and I like that side of it, like, getting to know people.
You meet some good contacts, like me and you.
Yeah, we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for that, would we? Because different
And now look, we're doing stuff together.
Brothers, yeah. I'd say he's like the big brother never had. Slightly better looking one.
Oh.
And taller. No, so yeah, but I suppose it's good as well because you've got Stevie helping you out, haven't you?
Yeah, family's a big thing in our place.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, and you built it around family, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because even though it's hard working with family, you can rely on family ultimately, loyalty. Because staff,
it's difficult working with family at times, but we'll fall out like any family. The thing is getting over it.
Yeah.
So if you fall out, you've got to think an hour's time, 2 hours time. Just talk like it's not happened.
Yeah.
You've dealt with it. That situation's over. Carry on. Tomorrow's another day.
You touched it a little bit, but what's staffing like for you? Because I know that we've struggled with getting staff.
I think it's the same everywhere. Everyone you talk to
in this industry.
Yeah. You go through staff like Wano. There's a certain type of person which will stick construction.
Yeah.
You got the money chasers.
Yeah, it's true.
You hand them another penny or another pound, and they're gone.
Yeah, no loss.
And then knocking back on the door. And I've always said, go and chase that dream. If you want to chase it, as long as you leave right, you can come back.
Yeah, that's it. You can burn your bridges sometimes because people do have to. I've had it with the younger lads that work for me. They see what I've done. They think, I want a bit of that, and then they've gone off and tried to do it and realise it's not easy. It's like it's a way of life, isn't it, running a business? Yeah. Because your phone's... I've been with Dave this morning, his phone's not stopped ringing, and mine is a bit like that, but because I've managed to now delegate a lot of my calls out of it to people in the office, but you're literally on your phone all day, customers ringing you, your office ringing you, and it is a way of life, isn't it?
I'll say I'm a different type of boss to you. I'm more of a hands-on. I shouldn't be. And I keep on getting told all the time I need to take a back seat, but I like to get involved. Probably
but that's
a bit
what's
too
made
much.
you get to where you've got to, though. Yeah. I mean, I think I would have got further on if I could do what you could do. Because it blows me away with what you've built with your business there. You've got the concrete side. So you didn't know anything about making concrete fence posts and stuff, did you? And you just
pushed into that.
Did you just one day think, you know what?
I was pushed into it.
You were pushed into it? Why?
A supplier cut me off.
But that's sometimes the best thing ever happens.
Yeah, supplier cut me off.
Yeah.
Thought he was being clever. Obviously, just being nasty, malicious. Out for himself, basically.
Is he still going?
Yeah, he's still going.
So you're a competitor now?
Well, I wasn't before.
Yeah,
I wanted to work with people just like yourself. You're better off working with people than against them.
Yeah, because you never know when you're going to bump into someone.
Eddie Earns, I love this saying. What's this saying? He says, living in your head rent free.
Oh, yeah.
So while he's concentrating on me, he's not concentrating on his own business.
So true. Yeah, I'm like that. I don't carry bitterness.
Yeah. I'd rather give my business 100% than worry about competitors. Yeah. Which are trading in the same thing. Because while you're worrying about them, you're taking your foot off the gas on yours.
It's true. I mean, I've had times where I've lost. Someone's ripped me off for thousands, tens of thousands of pounds, and it's horrible. But you have actually just got to get over it, because if you don't, it lives in your head rent free, and you actually don't progress in any other way.
No, so it's always on your mind, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had people rip me off, and people that have done a bad job or whatever, and I do eventually just move on. I think that's one of my skill sets, is that I can just move on from things, because I'll end up focusing on that and you never get anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a next opportunity just waiting around the corner. Like you said there with your fence panels, your concrete stuff there. If that guy hadn't stopped supplying you, you might not have got into it.
You've done me a favour.
Yeah,
Done me a favour.
Yeah. But then it's not only that. Then you also learn how to make fence panels, and then you've built a grab side of your business, aggregate supply. Some might call you greedy, Dave. I call you ambitious. But did you just think? Oh,
I think it just all runs hand in hand. I think with the landscaping bit, it's the next step. So you're already buying the material, and anything I can do that.
Yeah.
So you can make it.
Yeah.
You can control the quality then.
Yeah.
And then with the grab side, you're waiting for grabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can drive a grab.
Yeah.
We'll get a grab.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting around for anyone.
Yeah.
You're reliant on yourself. You're controlling that quality again.
Yeah.
Then the aggregates. You're buying aggregates in. You know what? Why don't we do it? So you already got people coming to buy your posts, your panels, your postcrete. Why they're here? Pick the ballast up.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick the cement up.
But then you've also got the project side of your business where you go out and do. So have you ever looked at like a helicopter view of your business and looked at bits and thought, maybe that's not as profitable, I might move away from?
Yeah, we did. We moved away from the back gardens.
Why was that? It's interesting.
It took too much of our time up.
Is that the logistics of just getting material?
Yeah, because the back garden, obviously you think of landscapers and stuff you'd employ will go and do it themselves. Really, I should have got subbies. Could have really got subbies, but it's reliable subbies.
Yeah, and then you put your brand in it.
Yeah, and then you it's the quality. So I think we're more geared up now for driveways and fencing.
Yeah, well, you're perfectly geared up for it.
Yeah, so
you've literally got the full supply chain end to end, haven't you? It's brilliant.
I do the driveways, Stevie does the fencing, it works well, Bernie does the office.
Yeah, but you always say every time I speak to you, you say you don't want to be any bigger. Do you mean that though, or are you just saying that? Do you actually? Because I think you're a bit like me. You're a climber.
It goes hand in hand. I don't want to be any bigger, but if it evolves, it happens, doesn't it?
And that's the best type of growth, in my opinion, is organic growth.
Yeah.
If you try and force it,
I won't force it.
Yeah, I have forced it in the past, and I do think what happens is you go like 2 steps forward and a little bit back.
Yeah.
But it's that problems you have when you do force a growth. You don't staff. You
take your foot off the gas, don't you? And obviously you concentrate on other things, and
you get distracted.
Stuff slips.
And your cash flow as well. If you've not, if you've got a lot of manpower, you're putting a lot of. You might be turning over a lot of money, but you're actually putting a lot of money out there. You probably make more money being smaller.
You've got more control over it. It's always the control business. Yeah. If there's 2 of you doing it, your eye's on the ball, isn't there?
Yeah.
If there's 40 of you doing it, you've got to have.
That
your eye on 40 people.
Well, that's why I've got that next level of management that I had to bring in. So I had the 40 people, but just me. And well, obviously, Kieran, KTM. But then what we did the last couple of years is bringing project managers. So there's that level between us. But still, like you, this is my baby. So I'm still, I micromanage. I want to know everything. Like I went on site last week and there's a bit of mess, or there's materials that we've bought that are being wasted, has been trodden on. And it grinds my gears. But
you're not going to get everyone seeing that eye to eye thing.
No.
They're not going to see it in the same vision you do.
No, they don't. It's that, and that's what I think sometimes stops the business from going from there, a really successful small family business, to a big business. And that is the hard bit, I think. But if you don't force it and it happens organically, that's the best type of growth. But yeah, it's so. What about the YouTube gain? Are you just going to carry on and
just carry on? Let it take its
get to that 100,000 subscribers.
Hopefully one day.
You'll get that.
One day.
Yeah, because you've literally got like subscribers all over the world, haven't you? That is crazy. America.
But it's a massive reach, isn't it? That's the thing about YouTube.
Yeah.
You can reach clients. I mean, if we travelled up and down the country, we could have work, much work.
Yeah, you could.
But we reined it in. Was on about that earlier on.
It is hard. You could do that. You could like literally. I could probably have 100 guys working for me, but I'd never get 100 good guys, and I'd never get 100. It's the quality of work wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And the headaches would just be ridiculous. And I also think as well, working outside your core area, like I know you said Nottingham and it's huge, but you've been quite disciplined now, haven't you? About where you. I know you did Barnsley last week and stuff. That was for an old client, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But really, I do stuff all around the country, and it's so hard to be at your best, taking what I do, because you end up like trying to fit a snag.
You're sourcing stuff as well, aren't you?
Yeah, you haven't got any contacts in the area really. Whereas here we can lean on contacts, you can lean on contacts. But it makes you think how these big like multinational companies do it.
But that, like I say, YouTube opens a lot of doors as well. Like I say, it's our friendship now.
Yeah.
If you do something in Nottingham, you've got contact in Nottingham.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Likewise in Manchester. Yeah. And you'll let me borrow your crusher every now and again, won't you? Yeah, no, it's good. A great little deal that we've done here. So, you know, how much did you crush? Sorry, 200 tonne last week?
About 200, yeah.
That's great, yeah. And it saves Dave having to, you know, spend the money buying one of them. Although I still think that one day he's just going to buy one.
I probably will one day, but at the minute...
This works great.
That's helping me with my funding.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got to buy that out.
Yeah.
At the minute, we're not hiring it. What we're doing is doing that deal with the blocks.
Yeah.
So we're producing blocks anyway. It's a no-brainer. We've got loads of blocks in the yard.
Yeah, it helps. It
helps
both.
you out.
Yeah.
It helps me out.
It's a great idea. I mean, that was Dave's idea. I can't really take credit for it. But yeah, and it's fine, and we get to see each other every now and again, and get Dave on my channel, which is good. And every now and again, I get on his channel. Yeah. So he's that little, yeah. But yeah, no, Dave, it's always great spending time with you, mate. And I know a lot of people, I don't think you do enough of this stuff where people would love it. You always say, don't you, when you get to 100,000 subscribers, you're going to tell a story.
I will tell the story, 100,000.
But so many people would love to hear your story.
They've had snippets, but I've started. I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes. I bet you have.
I've had loads. Wasted so much money.
You learn from your mistakes, don't you? So
it's like it's the university of life, but business. I didn't really have a mentor. I don't know about you, and I had like family and people I could learn off, but I just learned it all from making mistakes. Yeah, but you literally started out of a van, didn't you?
Yeah, literally. Little blingo.
Yeah, which you still got. Yeah, but and now like I say, you've got a manufacturing business, you've got a retail business, you've got the actual on-site stuff. It's a mega achievement, and he said don't want to be any bigger, but he will be.
You have to pinch yourself sometimes, don't you? But you just can't take nothing for granted.
No, you can't.
Especially
in business, because there's people out to get you, and it only
which
takes...
is something there. If everyone worked together, I know people won't, but if everyone worked together, I'd think you could make a lot more money, and.
Well, look at this like relationship. You could have been like, I'm not helping him as a new upstart on YouTube. I'm not going to help him, and then we wouldn't have done business together. And you wouldn't use the crusher, and I won't get my blocks. But because we are positive and we reached out and helped each other, we're now both of us good. It's going to make money for both of us. I just don't believe in that. I mean, I know these competitors, and we know that the grab game is very competitive.
Yeah.
And I understand that because people have worked hard to build the businesses. But if I knew something I could help someone, I'd always try and help them. I'd always try.
The thing with the grab game, you can't be everywhere at once. So I have got friends in the grab game, and we do pass work on if we're too busy, and they do pass us work on. Yeah. We've been recommended to some of theirs.
That rings though.
So
I've heard that all morning. Quack, quack, quack.
You know what I've got?
The
ducks, because you can hear it over plant and machinery.
Yeah.
But it's I've lost my train of thought now. Where was I?
We were talking about the grab game.
Yeah, the grab game.
Yeah.
So if we all work together, if you can't do that grab, then pass it to someone else. Let them have that piece of the pie. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get to it anyway.
No, exactly. And
they're
then
going to use someone else.
They might pass the grab on to you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. But there's some bitter people out there. I think there's a lot of people stuck in their ways and bitter and twisted.
Bit small-minded, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially because you, like us, we cover a full range of trades. Have you ever heard of BNI, the networking thing where you go for the breakfast meeting? So I went to one of these, and you have someone from each trade and sector. And I went, and there was a joiner there, and because I do everything, every trade, they vote on you, and they all blackballed me, won't let me in. But I could have given them more work than they'd ever got from that group, because I need good people all the time. I always get people ringing me going, do you know someone? Like you probably do. But now they blackballed me, won't let me in, which I'm glad, because I hate getting up early, so it's fine. But it's
2 6 slots in there, isn't it?
I know. Well, apparently, so you say. Yeah, but you can't look this good, Dave. I get it.
Wow. Yeah. Self-recommendations, no praise, mate. Is it?
No, apparently. You're full of these wise sayings, you aren't you? Like an encyclopedia. I tell you what, I promised everyone on YouTube there'd be more action in this video. There's nothing. It's just me and you chatting all day.
I know. So I think I'm going to drink this, and then we'll head back, mate.
Yeah, mate. Let's get you back. So that's it for another week at EveryTrade, albeit a shorter week. Hope you like the condensed content, guys. If you don't like it, let us know, and maybe we'll extend the videos. But we're trying to please everyone, and it is hard. We've had a busy little week this week. I feel like I've not achieved as much as I wanted to achieve, and I'll probably beat myself up about it this weekend. However, next week's a brand new week, and we've got loads going on. We're going to bring you a load of action from site, and we'll show you where we're up to on the Navara project. Also, no doubt, I'll get a call, and the whole week will change. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week. Click here to watch Wednesday's video, click here and here for videos you might not have seen before, and click here to subscribe to the channel. Is it raining? Bit of blue sky over there. Here's what it is.